thank you guys for joining us. We're here again for another episode of Title Talk, and my name is Drew.
And my name is Amy.
We are your hosts, and we are coming to you guys live from our studio and office located here in Palos Heights.
Wearing our blue.
Wearing our
You got
whatever.
the blue memo?
Okay, great. Remember Inspired Title, everybody. We are the title company for the ages.
The ages.
Wow, whatever
Yeah.
that means. That's great.
Whatever that means, it sounds.
It's pretty
important.
exciting, right?
It is,
It's
yeah.
pretty fun. So we are entering into our new month of February here, and kind of using an Amy word here, chugging through the year, and noticing that business has just been really, really busy. Interest rates are great. Things are moving along pretty well. So we have got some fun things to talk about today.
Yeah.
Some interesting things to share about each other. We love to do our you guys getting to know us, and I think that really helps kind of break us down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are growing as an office, and
We are.
We have some new employees that we're definitely excited to talk about and potentially bring even on the show to get you guys to meet them. And
As soon as she is comfortable and doesn't want to have a heart attack.
Certainly don't want to hire somebody and throw her in front of the camera and have her freak out. This is not the easiest thing in the world to do for everybody. But you know, I mean, you've come a long way with it. And,
I've been trying.
Yeah, you've
It's
done
been a
too,
learning
so.
process. I can't say that it was easy, but it's good. It's good.
But we've broken you down, and
Growth is
now,
good.
Now you're ready to go. So hey, we're going to get right into it here. So let's move to some things that we kind of want to talk about for our guests and things. We've had some people ask and want to know.
And thank you for reaching out and asking.
Yeah,
It helps
super.
us kind of shape our show, and it keeps it involved with what the listeners want to watch. So thank you for reaching out to us.
Yeah, it was really
giving us
great.
ideas.
It was really great that.
It was Ryan. I took him shopping for them.
Damn Ryan.
Thank you, Carol.
Man, damn Ryan. You know, he always throws me under the bus. Wait till he ever gets married, boy.
Oh, he's in
Yeah,
trouble.
I'm bringing it hard. So a lot of people have been asking us, and when I say a lot of people, we talk to people after the show, and people will email us and things. One of the topics and one of the things that they wanted to ask us about is about how we got involved, or how people can get involved in investing. Not investing like money and doing stock market,
Not like stock market
but investing in real estate. And because we've got Inspired Development, and it's something that we started a handful of years ago, and we've been doing some really nice things with it, and really exciting.
Some cool stuff going on
Some
with
folks
it
are
right
like, well, how as a young new investor, how do I get involved in that? What are some things that I can do, or what are different ways to get into the investing world when it comes to real estate?
I'm going to start this one, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, for sure.
So, as you all know, I'm heavily involved in Inspired Development. It's one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. So when I first started working for Drew, he was joking around with like, do something with your money.
Right.
Like the money that you have, find a way to invest it that makes sense to you. And I was like, well, I'm cheap, and I need to hold on to everything like
I confirm that.
with my fingers like buried into it, because it's my money that I've been saving since I was 16 years old. So I was like, I was never interested in like the stock market. I was never interested in really stuff like that. But then he's like, well, you could invest in something that you actually could watch what is happening with it. So that's when I first got involved in investing. Mm-hmm. So I am the president of the company, but I also hold interest.
I'm also a member.
I'm a president and a member, and I'm financially invested in it.
Correct. Correct.
So I think the cool thing that Drew does with the people that are investing in Inspired Development is he gives them like a hands-on kind of what's happening with their money kind of thing. Quarterly, do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he'll tell you the house that they're invested in. He'll tell you what's happening in the house and kind of show progress of houses moving, so that you're never really in the dark about what's happening with your money. And like the stock market scares me, because one day you might be up, and then the next second you might be down, and then I don't do roller coasters very well. Mm-hmm. So like I like to watch something that is on a constant steady incline, that might have a little bit of bump and bruise, but mostly grows. So that's kind of why I started investing, and why.
Well, and to kind of talk to your point a little bit, it's not. I mean, it's not that it can't be volatile. I mean, it
No,
could,
100%, yes.
But you see progress. I mean, what we're investing in is something that we ultimately control, right?
100%
I mean,
that we're totally involved in it.
we're very involved in it, and we have a lot of say in what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, the other investors that we are talking to here or talking about here, you know, if you're doing it for yourself and doing your own project, same thing. You have control
over it.
in the costs and how things come together
and the properties you decide to work on and all that stuff.
Totally. I mean, you were definitely a hard sell to get you involved.
Like
in
I
this.
said, I was white knuckling, holding on
Yeah.
to my
But what
12
happened?
cents.
But I mean, you know, once you broke free
Yeah.
and trusted,
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's
He offered
done.
my money back after, you know, the first house we sold that I was invested in. I was like, well,
Yeah, set it and forget it.
Yeah, we'll just keep
Right.
rolling with it and see what
Right.
happens.
And now you're in your third, and it's
We're cruising.
grown. Yeah,
And it's a cool thing. And then I mean, I think the part about investing I like is you put a number in there and hopefully it grows a little bit. So it's
Mhm.
like without even
yeah.
having to think about it or do much with it, that, you know, the goal would be it just grows a little bit and it grows a little bit, and then maybe I'm eventually partially invested in 2 houses rather than just
Right.
1 house or a subdivision.
Right. Well, that's it. It's taking that first step is the biggest thing.
It's
is
terrifying.
Trust.
Yeah.
Because
It's trust, that's what it
I mean,
is.
my brother-in-law was one person who invested, and he tells the story like this. He truly sweated heavily the night before, knowing the lump of sum he was getting, and then it took him a couple days before he really felt comfortable that he relinquished
And that's
that
family.
amount of money, and he was family, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
so that's something. That's,
So, I mean, to date, he's been really excited about it,
Yeah.
and it's obviously done well. And
can't wait till he can come
you know,
out here and like
Yeah, we're thankful
see,
for
you know what I mean?
for the opportunity, because what it does is it allows us to take Inspired Development and go and get into different projects and take on different different opportunities.
So I guess for people that are out there thinking about investing
Yeah.
into something,
Yeah.
I think a question that I kept wanting to ask Drew is like, what makes you decide on a property? I
Yeah.
think that because like, you know, I don't want someone who's like, oh, this house is for sale, this looks like a good one.
Right.
So like,
Right.
what does your brain do? Like, how many houses do you look at? What's your thought process? Like, what happens when you're wanting to invest into
great.
a new project?
It's totally great. That is the first step, is to find what that investment property is that you're going to locate. And the key word that I just mentioned there is location.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
yeah.
You know, there are a lot of properties that are for sale. There's a lot of opportunities out there. But you have to be careful, because if you're not going to get that return on investment, there's no point.
Right. We've been lucky in like the Maywood, Bellwood area.
Yeah,
That's where
Franklin Park. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of opportunities out there.
Carpentersville was the.
We had a rough time
We
there.
had a rough time in Carpentersville and Hanover Park. And I think the other thing that it's cool on the title side that like we know before anything, like, am I gonna need an inspection? What are these taxes gonna be? Because like different villages have different transfer taxes. So like, you know, that's another $4,000 to $5,000, you know, budget that you have to put in
For
there
sure.
for.
For sure.
So it's cool to be able to see like, is this unincorporated? Is this
Right.
like
Yeah.
it's one of the benefits of knowing title when you're picking these out.
And that's what makes this easier. You know, so when you ask the question, you know, do I look
Sorry,
at a lot
I
of
just
properties?
hijacked my own
No, it's
question.
okay. Yes, definitely look at a lot of properties. Would rely on the title company to, you know, share the news with me so I understand what I'm getting into.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as well as I look at the ROI, return on investment.
Right.
So I have an idea of what this property is going to cost to fix.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it's going to cost to buy. Then I say, okay, if I add those two numbers together and I sell it, is there any really any money
doesn't
left
make sense.
after the costs? I
Right.
mean, you got a realtor, you've got expenses
Yep.
for closing, etc. So thankfully, we've been doing it for long enough that those numbers are very simple and
Yeah.
very easy.
Yeah.
But for the new and the rookie at this, you're going to look at a lot of properties, and I don't mean
And
to
that-
really
yeah.
lighten that. I mean, you're going to look at a
He'll
lot
send
of
me like
properties.
links of like 6, just be like, any of these look good? What do you think? I'm thinking about this one. So then what I'll do is on my part of it, I'll look up the taxes really quick. I'll
Right.
see how many issues do we have? Are there any sold? Are there any delinquents? Because we have to clear those up before we sell that.
Right.
I'll look and see if I see any open mortgages or liens or judgments on file that like would inhibit is that the right word?
Yeah.
Inhibit us from selling it, or
Inhibit.
I'm sorry, prohibit us from selling it, or to just to avoid any headaches before we're in too
For
deep.
sure. For sure.
So I think that's why this whole it just works well with.
Well,
He's definitely more into the rehab numbers as of now.
Yeah.
It's something I'm still learning and kind of seeing how his brain works as far as buying and flipping and all that stuff. But
and that's what made the kind of attaching the two companies, development and title, because they work hand in hand.
and it
So
makes total sense.
when I go out and look at 10 properties, and maybe none of those are any good.
Yeah.
And then I go out and prospect and look at some more. And, we find them from the tax sales.
Yep.
We find them from foreclosures.
Yep.
We find them from.
We have a
from
couple of really good clients that
the clients.
Yeah,
we have
that'll
some
come
clients
and
feeding
say,
us stuff.
yeah.
Doing this now, as long as we've got people now coming to us going, you want to take a look at this, or hey, I've got this. What do you think about that?
this person wants to sell. Are you interested in
Right.
buying something?
Right.
So it's been cool. It's opening up the pipeline and
Yeah.
making good relationships and helping people out when we
Relationships are big.
It's
The
huge.
rookie investor is going to think about that and go, they watch these HGTV shows and they said, well, I'm going to make a lot of money doing this. And I'm really sorry to tell you guys that you're being misled. It's so frustrating to watch those shows because
It is.
that's not a reality.
can. Which is that show that I do really like though? Which is the one where it's just people trying to fix houses and they show all those bubbles of do not do this.
Oh,
this is a bad
yeah.
idea. And I'm like, this is the reality of what it is. Then buy for 20 grand, put in 80 grand, sell
Yeah.
for 400 grand.
I would say if anybody's out there thinking about doing this and investing and doing rehab and trying to start this stuff, I would say, if not, call us. And, we love mentoring people to
Yeah.
getting them on their path to showing them how to do this. Because we've been in the business for a while to understand some of the things that happen. I'll tell you, there are things that you just don't know until you get into it, and
Yeah.
you can't. There's not a line item that you put, oh my god, in a dollar amount, because it could be a ridiculous number.
The oh crap fee.
Right. We've worked in some unincorporated areas, and we've gotten stopped because
Oh.
it has to go through not only the city, but then it's got to go through the town, and the permitting.
Your unincorporated Hanover
It's
Park versus
unbelievable.
It's just
It's a fight.
it is.
So it's not simple. It's simple and easy, and you're not walking away with $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. It's.
Right.
I mean, honestly, if a 15% return is pretty okay.
And if you're actually in the market and trying to look for these houses, and the seller is telling you, oh, you don't need to worry about getting an owner's, you don't need to worry about getting a policy on this. I've owned it for I'm sorry, but we've gotten burned before, so never trust somebody saying I own this free and clear. You'll be fine when you sell it.
Yeah, check with us.
Come to us. We will either do a track search for you for a couple $100 and tell you what's actually open there if you
Yeah.
do need to go through this, but just dot your I's and cross your T's. I feel like
Yeah.
I've been saying that a lot in the past couple days
But
because
it's our business.
it's checking everything off
it's our business.
to save you the headache and the trouble that you might
Yeah.
encounter.
So, I mean, that's obviously the first step of the investing is locating and finding the property and making sure that there's enough in the spread that you'll make some money.
Right.
And how would you know that? You may not. And you're going to be, realtors will tell you one thing and builders will tell you another thing, and it's really just experience that tells you the right thing.
And it's what the market's doing. That's something
the market
you
is big,
can't.
and you got to really watch it and understand that. So, young people and new folks that want to jump in this because they've got extra money to do this, great opportunity. I won't tell you that, but what I've turned to is people who are wanting to invest in real estate, but they don't want the headache that we endure.
Yeah.
So that's the example that kind of Amy talked about at the onset with investing in this financially. I mean, she's obviously invested in it as well in
Emotionally.
the business part, but the financial. I mean, she could really just put X amount of dollars in and then just walk away from it.
Yeah.
And I kind of make that money work by doing what I do in flipping these houses or doing new construction, whatever the case may be.
Right.
We're doing. Several projects in Maywood. We have a couple projects that we have a couple things going in Indiana, and then we have this subdivision that's on the horizon.
Chicago?
And then we got this big Chicago project.
So
which
there's
is,
a lot. It's a lot happening, but we're blessed and we're thankful for it.
And that's where the experience comes, guys. Is doing it. So how do you start? have money. Where do you find it? That's the key. You know, banks aren't typically
They
in
don't
the
love
market to
the-
lending
yeah.
to this type of
Flipping.
business. That's a real negative word, and it has been to us for many instances.
Yeah.
So having capital is getting a bunch of people together that believe and trust in you that you can do this.
And you being okay with knowing that you're going to be scrutinized every step of the way when you first
Right.
start this, because
Right.
I don't think anybody's just like, yeah, take my money and we'll hope for the best and we'll talk to you next
Right.
year and see where we're at.
I mean, you're handling people's money.
You will get a headache, I'm
Right.
sure. Like,
No,
just
it's
one or two,
It's
or-
rough, and it's
but it's worth it. When we sell a house, it's worth it.
It's there's nothing more gratifying than watching that
the
buyer
best.
just sit in that house and go, I really love this, and
Yeah.
it's as a result of something that you did and your touches and your finishes, and
Your
it's
name's
awesome.
on it. It's really cool.
really really awesome. So if you do want to learn a little bit more about investing, if it's something that you're interested in, give us a holler. I mean, please call us. We'll be happy to talk to you about it. We'll discuss maybe some opportunities to invest with us and work with us. We're happy to create some mentorship programs where
Yeah.
we kind of connect with the right people and partner on some projects, because it's
There's enough out there where everybody
Yeah.
can partake in it. With it's not selfish,
doubt.
it's not greed. It's
No doubt.
There's
So-
like you said, there's 6 abandoned houses for every
everybody that's homeless.
person that's homeless. So there's a lot
So-
out there. It's just working with the right people and finding the right
Right.
avenues to follow.
Yeah, it's not as easy as everybody thinks and makes it out to be. I'm not going to lie and sit here and tell you guys that it's a
Flowers and rainbows and-
Yeah, rainbows, unicorns, and you're just going to be rolling in the
pots.
money. It's
Gold
a
pots.
work. I mean, you've really got
Pot
to
of
put
gold, not
effort.
gold pots.
You could have gold pot if you want. Yeah, so that's so completely. Give us a call. Give us a
Yeah.
call. We're happy to chat that up with you guys and help you out. Hopefully, we've given you a little bit of a kind of
Well,
intro to it,
Yeah.
right? And understanding. We're definitely happy to elaborate on this some more. And if these are things that you guys want to learn a little bit more about investing and where to put some money and how do I do it,
Yeah.
please talk
and
to
we're
us.
also always looking for contractors. We say that I think
Yeah.
a couple times a show. We're always looking to interview and talk to people because, I mean, ultimately we want to keep growing this business.
Yeah.
So we grow this business with, finding contractors we trust and getting more investors and all that fun stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in or if you're involved in, let us know too.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on commercial stuff? We haven't really dabbled in commercial.
Yeah, it's a different beast.
Yeah,
It's
it's
definitely not something that I would shy away from.
It's not off the shelf, but
No.
it's not something that we've done yet. But
Yeah.
I say yet because you never know what.
For sure.
So if there is commercial, properties out there, let us know.
Thanks.
We're always interested in having a talk of any kind.
That's a good point, and Inspired Development it works hand in hand with Inspired Title. So, as Amy said, definitely looking for good contractors, people that kind of align with us, and the way we are. The way we are is transparent and friendly and wanting to have a good time
Kind of obnoxious.
and enjoy. Yeah,
We're a lot.
enjoy life, man. It's
Yeah.
it's too short.
You gotta
It's too
enjoy what
short.
you do, or else-
So, yeah. So there is our little helpful section called the.
Our
we're-
ITG story.
Yeah.
It's our investing, a little
Yeah, a
how-to.
little ITG story on investing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that and you got some knowledge from it. So
I know I did.
well, you always do. You are a wealth of knowledge. You're a sponge.
I am a sponge.
You are.
I love
So why
summertime.
don't we do our wrap up here, Aim?
Okay.
Do our quote of the day.
Okay. Mine is from good old Wayne Gretzky today. You
Ooh.
miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep, you do.
You do.
You miss 100% of the shots that you do not take.
And I love that because it's just like, don't let the fear of missing out keep you from playing the game.
Right.
Just go. Just keep going. Just go.
Right.
Just go because you never know what's going to happen if you don't try.
Guys, take these things real. I mean, take these things into your day to day, and I'll have one for next week that is going to be making you guys think a little bit because I'm kind of working on it and developing it a little bit. So today is
Post rule.
that hey, I don't trust children because they're here to replace us.
Am I considered children?
God, I hope not. No. So, yeah, guys, watch out for those kids. They're out there to replace us. So,
Or to make the world a better place.
educate them, help them, guide them, mentor them, coach them. I'm going to have a big announcement here probably in a couple weeks as well. to have you guys stay tuned to listen to that. It's going to be something
I don't know about this.
pretty exciting.
Do I?
I hope not. So I'm
I feel
going
like
to
I
be
was
announcing that little fun as well.
was just
And
up on
you get nervous? Yeah, that's good. That's good. So
Right here. I feel it right here.
so how about until next time? We
Yeah.
are thankful again for you guys listening in and tuning in and
Keep sending your emails, keep chiming in, keep
Yeah.
reaching out to us because it helps us kind of guide our shows and what you guys want to
definitely help us grow this listenership. I think we're doing some good things. I think we're
Yeah.
sharing some really great things. I know that I would love to have you guys be part of it. Certainly reach out to us. Definitely like us on our Facebook and YouTube. This will be live on YouTube.
Instagram.
We'll break it up if you missed part of it. If you need to go back and see it, it'll be back on on our YouTube channel. Subscribe and like, and don't wear socks. As you might have learned today.
Or
Oh
wear
my
fun
God.
socks.
Oh my God! But until next week,
Fun of my
everybody.
bombas.
My name is Drew.
And my name is Amy.
We are Inspired Title Group, and we are very, very happy and thankful that you joined us. So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye guys. Take
Bye,
care.
guys.